All right. Okay, so yeah, good evening once again. Good evening, Sahasra.
Good
I've
evening,
shared my
ma'am.
screen. Yeah, I've shared my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay. All right. So exponents, this topic is not new to you. You have come across this term exponents, which is also called indices or powers. The chapter can be called indices, powers, exponents and powers, or simply exponents. All right. Now, why exponents? Okay, why exponents? So we've seen in lower classes, a repeated addition can be expressed as multiplication, right? So if you have 6 plus 6 plus 6, 6 added to itself, say 50 times, 6 added to itself 50 times, then we write it as 6 into 50. 6 added to itself 50 times. Repeated addition is multiplication. So 6 into 50. 6 added to itself 50 times is 6 into 50, right? So 6 5s are 30, 300. The sum is 300. Now, if it is repeated multiplication, 6 into 6 into 6 into 6, 50 times. 50 times. Correct. Repeated multiplication is written in the exponential form. So what is repeated? 6 is repeated. So that forms the base. How many times is it repeated? 50 times. That is the power. So this is the power or the exponent or also called the index. And 6 is called the base. 6 is called the base. When 6 is multiplied with itself, when 6 is multiplied with itself 50 times, it can be expressed in, this can be expressed in the exponential form. What is repeated? 6 is repeated many times. 6 is repeated many times. So that forms the base. And how many times? The frequency. How many times? 50 times. That becomes the power. The power is also called exponent or index. There are three terms. Index means the power. How many times? The basis. So the power exponent or index represents how many times the base is multiplied with itself. They're the same. They're synonyms. The meaning is the same. Power, the meaning of power is the same as exponent, is the same as index. All the three terms mean the same. Power, exponent, index, all the three terms, they mean the same. They're synonyms. There's only one thing for the base. Base is base. 6 is the base. 50 is called the power or exponent or index. So the power says how many times the base is multiplied with itself. The power is 50 here, right? So the base is multiplied with itself 50 times. The power says how many times the base is multiplied with itself. So when we write 6 to the power 50, okay, very formally read as 6 raised to the power 50, raised to the power 50. See, this is a very formal way of saying 6 raised to the power 50. But then we use it a lot more in this chapter, so it becomes 6 to the power 50. We just ignore this word raised. 6 to the power 50. Or sometimes we even shorten to 6 power 50. All mean the same. 6 power 50. Very informal way of saying 6 power 50 is the same as 6 to the power 50 is the same as 6 raised to the power 50. So this is the complete form. 6 raised to the power 50. All right. Okay. So that's that's where we use exponents. When when a number is multiplied with itself many times, then you can write that in the exponential form. So we have some laws or rules of exponents. x to the power m into x to the power n is equal to x to the power m plus n. So how do we understand this? The bases are same, x, the bases are same. The powers are different. They can be the same. The powers also can be the same. So here you see mn, the powers are different and it's multiplication. So this is the observation. On the left-hand side, this is the observation. What do you see on the left-hand side? Bases are same, x. Powers may be the same. They are different because it's a rule, no? It should be a general one. So powers are different, mn. And what is the operation? Multiplication. So when bases are same and it's multiplication, we add the powers. We add the powers. So you write the base once and you add the powers. So x to the power m into x to the power n can be written as x raised to the power m plus n. Add the powers. Write the base only once and add the powers. When it's a product, you add the powers. Okay. Now you can also write this rule like this. A by b to the power m into a by b to the power n. See here, like x we have a by b. Like x we have a by b. A by b to the power m into a by b to the power n is equal to a by b to the power m plus n. All right? Okay. Again, the same thing. Bases are same and it's multiplication. We add the powers. Next rule, bases are same and it's division. So we subtract the powers. So write the base once and subtract the powers, m minus n. When bases are same and it's division, we subtract the powers. All right? This rule can also be written as a by b to the power m divided by a by b to the power n is equal to a by b to the power m minus n. Because bases are same and it's division. So we subtract the powers. In the third rule, so that's about the two rules, okay? The first two rules. In the third one, what do you see on the left-hand side? Bases are different. It's multiplication, but the powers are the same. It's multiplication. Bases are different, but the powers are the same. So you multiply the bases and raise them to the same power. When bases are different, okay, but they're raised to the same power, multiply the bases, not add the bases, multiply the bases and raise it to the same power. You can have one more base also. See, like you can have a to the power m into b to the power m into c to the power m into d to the power m. Can be written as a into b into c into d, the whole power m. So no, there is no rule that there should be only two bases like this or two expressions like this. You can have more than two also. So observation on the left-hand side is bases are different. It's multiplication, but the powers are the same. So multiply the bases and raise it to the same power m. So like this, it is a by b to the power m into c by d because bases are different. So a by b, c by d. A by b to the power m into c by d to the power n is equal to, sorry, m is equal to c. Bases are different. Multiplication, power is the same. So multiply the bases and raise it to the same power m. That's the third rule. So this was about multiplication, right? So now division. Same rule extended for division. So again, bases are different. Power is the same. It's division. What did you do here? Multiply the bases, raise it to the same power. So here divide the bases and raise it to the same power. So x by y, divide the bases x by y, the whole raised to the power m. The whole raised to the power m. So like if you have 2 to the power 3 into 5 to the power 3, it can be written as 2 into 5, the whole power 3. 2 to the power 3 into 5 to the power 3 is equal to 2 into 5. Multiply the bases and raise it to the same power, the whole raised to the power 3. All right. Okay. So here, supposing you have 5 to the power 7 by 15 to the power 7. So, yeah, and you can simplify here. So 5 ones are 5 threes are. So it is 1 by 3, the whole raised to the power 7. So written like this, A by B, the bases are different. A by B, C by D, the bases are different. Raised to the same power and its division. So divide the bases, A by B divided by C by D, and raise it to the same power, M. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you an, no, 1 second. We'll just take an example. So if you have 4 by 5, the whole power 6, and divided by, say like 16 by 25, the whole power 6. So bases are different, right? Bases are different. It's division, but the power is the same. So what should you do? You must divide the bases. 4 by 5 divided by 16 by 25 and raise it to the same power 6. Have we applied the rule correctly? Bases are different. It's division. The power is the same. So divide the bases. Divide the bases. Numerator divided by the denominator and raise it to the same power, 6. So there will be 4 by 5. Division converts to multiplication and you have to take the reciprocal. Okay, so this becomes 25 by 16. The whole power 6. So 4 ones are, 4 fours are. 5 ones are, 5 fives are. So it is 5 by 4, whole raised to the power 6. So if it's if this was multiplication, 1 second, let me just change this. So if this was multiplication, this is your question. Yeah. So multiply the bases. Multiply the bases and raise it to the same power 6. Multiply the bases and raise it to the same power 6. So you can simplify. So it'll be like 5 and then like this. And now multiply the numerators. 1 into 5, 5. 1 into 4, 4. The whole power 6. This is your question or I can make it better? Okay. Yes. You can use the rule. Just to generalize, we say bases are different. Even if the bases are same, you can use this rule. We have two options there. You can multiply. See, now if you have 2 to the power 6 into 2 to the power 6, say, like you can use two rules here. One is powers are the same. Let me use a smaller power so that we can, like find the value. Like say 2 to the power 3 into 2 to the power 3. All right. Okay, so you can use two rules. One is bases are same and it's multiplication. So we add the powers. Bases are same. The first rule. Bases are same, it's multiplication. So we have to add the powers. So using that rule, bases are same and it's multiplication, add the powers. So you should write the base once and add the powers, 3 plus 3. So it is 2 to the power 6. And what's 2 to the power 6? 64. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 is 64. Now, if you use the other rule, what's the other rule? 2 to the power 3 into 2 to the power 3. Okay, so here we say the powers are the same. When it's multiplication and the powers are the same, multiply the bases and raise it to the same power. The third rule. The bases need not be different, but you have to give a general rule. So we say when bases are different, but the bases can be the same also. So here applying the third rule, okay. The third rule is when bases are different. It's okay, they can be the same and it's multiplication. They have the same power. So multiply the bases and raise it to the same power. So 2 into 2, 4. 4 to the power 3. So this is 4 into 4 into 4. 4 fours are 16, 16 fours are 64. So whichever rule, when you're applying the correct rule, when one situation, when for one situation you can use two different rules, you will get the same answer using both the rules. You get the same answer. That's not possible. Then mathematics will crash. Not possible. Okay, that's about the four rules. Sahasra, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Very good. Okay. Okay, moving on. See the fifth one. So when this is x to the power m, right? How is the power? It's positive. If you want to write this with a negative, listen to this carefully. Very important rule. Very simple, yet very important. Okay, the fifth one. X to the power m. Now you want to write this expression with a negative exponent. It's positive now. M is positive. The power m is positive. You want to write m, you want to write the power as a negative exponent. So it's plus m, no? You want to write it as minus m. But you cannot just write it like that, right? So how do you do it? If you want to write, I'll just give you a numerical example. Now, supposing you have 5 to the power 2. If you want to write it as something, you want to write this as something to the power minus 2. Correct. So, correct. So when you want to write the equivalent of an expression, okay, when you see an expression in the exponential form, listen carefully. When you see an expression in the exponential form and you want to write the equivalent of that, you want to write the equivalent of that, but it should look different. Meaning it will look different, but the value is the same. Let's just go down to third standard, fourth standard, like 2 by 5. Okay, now tell me an equivalent fraction to 2 by 5. So you will do into 3 by 3 and you will say 6 by 15. Now 2 by 5 and 6 by 15, they look different. But their value is the same. Because 6 by 15 will reduce to 2 by 5. Again, 3 2s are and 3 5s are. So 2 by 5, you can write many equivalent fractions. So 2 by 5 and 6 by 15 are equivalent fractions. They look different, but their value is the same. 2 by 5 is exactly the same as 6 by 15. All right, in the same way, like how we write equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions, you can write infinitely many. You can write many. Given a fraction, you can write many, 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 many equivalent fractions. But here you can write it in only one other way. When you have an expression in the exponential form, there's only one other way of writing its equivalent. You can't write it in many, many, many ways. Okay, so how do we do that? X to the power, okay, I'll just do it with a number first. So supposing you have 3 to the power 7. What's the reciprocal of the base? 1 by 3. What is the base? What is the base? 3 by 1. The base is 3 or 3 by 1. What's the reciprocal of the base? 1 by 3. Then negative of the power. What's the power? Plus 7. It will become minus 7. Now, these two expressions have the same value. These two expressions have the same value. So you need to make two changes. Reciprocal of the base, negative of the power. Negative of the power does not mean you should put a negative sign. You should write the opposite sign. The negative of minus 7 is plus 7. The negative of minus 7 is plus 7. The negative of plus 7 is minus 7. Yeah, no, you're asking a question ahead. When we come to that, yes. We'll apply all these rules and situations. Okay. So now just understand the rule now. Harini? Okay. Now supposing you have 8 to the power, say minus 7. What's the reciprocal? Yeah, reciprocal of the base. The base is 8 or 8 by 1. Reciprocal of the base. Negative of the power. Negative of the power does not mean -7. What is it? It's -7. The negative of -7 is +7. Negative meaning like negative of -7 is minus into minus +7. The negative of, what do you mean by of in mathematics? Multiplication. Multiplication. Negative of, meaning you should multiply. Negative of -7 is minus into minus +7. So the reciprocal of the base 8 by 1 is 1 by 8. The negative of the power is -7. The negative of -7 is +7. So 8 to the power -7 can also be written as 1 by 8 to the power 7. When you have to write the equivalent of an expression, which is in the exponential form, the expression is in the exponential form, and you want to write its equivalent, then you should apply both these rules. Look at the base. Write the reciprocal of the base. Then take the power. Write the negative of the power. Write the power with the opposite sign. If you do both these changes, you have written the equivalent of the given expression, which is in the exponential form. Okay, so that's what you see here. X to the power m. See here, x by 1, no? X by 1 is the base. Its reciprocal is 1 by x. And m plus m minus m. That's a rule. Which also means a by b to the power m is equal to reciprocal of the base. Harini, reciprocal of the base. Tired today? A by b, reciprocal b by a, plus m minus m. All right? A variation of this one. So you can understand this, right? X to the power minus m this is. So reciprocal 1 by x. So minus m is plus m. Look at this, a by b, b by a, minus m plus m. Yeah, I have presented them as separate rules. Applying the same, the idea is the same. The rule we use is the same. I have presented them as two different. That we have to reach some exponents. We have a special name like that. Like when now this one can be read as 7 squared or 7 raised to the power 2. This one can be read as 7 squared or 7 raised to the power 2. This can be read as 7 cubed or 7 raised to the power 3. But from after this, it is 7 raised to the power 4. So we just have another way of reading these two expressions. That was your question, right? No, we are still in the 6th property. Okay. Now the 7th one. Look at the 7th one. It's just x. X. So x means x to the power 1. X means x to the power 1. Now, how do you write the equivalent of this? The base is x by 1. So its reciprocal is 1 by x. And the power is plus 1. So it's minus 1. Okay, a by b. Look at the rule. A by b, reciprocal b by a. Here the power is 1. So the power here is minus 1. So if it is 1 by x, it's 1. If it's 1 by x, what's the reciprocal of 1 by x? X. What's the power here? There's nothing. That means the power is 1. So it's minus 1 here. This is b by a. So a by b, reciprocal of the base is a by b. And negative of the power, plus 1. There's no power, which means it's 1. Okay, so negative of the power, minus 1. So in all these four, we've been seeing the same rules applied. They're not different, but I've presented all the cases, that's all. In all these four, in 5, 6, 7, and 8, we've been using the same two rules. to write the equivalent of an expression in the exponential form. Reciprocal of the base, negative of the power. That's what we've been using in all these four. Reciprocal of the base, negative of the power, gives the equivalent of the given expression, which is in the exponential form. Okay. Now here, when the base is raised to many powers, okay, when the base is raised to many powers, like supposing you have x to the power 2, the whole power 3, the whole power 4, and the whole power 10. When the base is x, but it's raised to many powers. Yeah. So write the base and multiply all the powers. Multiply all the powers. That is when bases are like you have x to the power something into x to the power something. The first rule. Here. Once again. That's what I said. When one base is raised to many powers, I said when one base is raised to many powers, there's only one base, but it's raised to many powers, then you should multiply the powers. Okay, so what's the base here? There's only one base x, but it's raised to the power 2, then the whole power 3, whole power 4, whole power 10. This base x is raised to so many powers. What do? Multiply all the powers. 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24. 24 into 10, 240. So x to the power 240 is the answer. X to the power 240 cannot be simplified because the base is a variable. It's not a number. So you cannot simplify that. No, see, when in higher classes, you will be allowed to use scientific calculator so you can get the value. But now for up to 10th standard, you will not be asked to find the value of all this. So supposing you have 2 to the power 240. Okay. So you will not. So when the power is very large, you don't have to compute the value. You can just leave it with that large power. You know it, but you just want to ask, right? You know it. Okay. So here, when the base is raised to many powers, here to the power m to the power n. So multiply the powers. Mn means multiply the powers. Same thing. A by b to the power m, the whole power n. A by b raised to the power m, whole raised to the power n is equal to a by b, multiply the powers, m into n. A by b raised to the power mn. Sahasra?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any questions? Am I clear?
Ma'am, I got confused with fifth and the sixth one.
Which one, ma? Sixth and?
The fifth one.
5 and 6, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 1 minute. I'll ask you 2 questions. If you answer that correctly, then, like you're good. We'll see. Now, 2 to the power or 12 to the power 7. What is the base? 12.
12.
Meaning 12 by 1. 12 by 1. What's the reciprocal of the base?
1 by 12.
Yeah, reciprocal of the base. Negative of the power is the rule. Negative of the power is the rule. Okay. Okay, let me use x itself. 1 minute. Let me use x itself. Now, girls. Now, supposing you have x to the power m. Okay, Sahasra. What's the reciprocal of the base?
1 by x.
What's the negative of the power?
Minus m.
Yeah. Now, this is the next one. What's the reciprocal of the base?
X by 1.
Or x. X by 1, which is nothing but x.
Yes.
Yeah. And the negative of the power?
Minus m.
minus 7. Very good. Yeah. Now this one. What's the reciprocal of the base?
1 by x.
What's the negative of the power?
Minus 1.
What's the reciprocal of the base? This whole thing is the base. This whole thing is the base. What's the reciprocal of the base?
X by 1.
Or x. Because we know 5 by 1 is 5, right? When the denominator is 1, you can just ignore the denominator. So reciprocal of the base, 1 by x. The reciprocal of 1 by x is x by 1, which is x. Negative of the power.
Minus 1.
Yes. You got it. You're right. So it just looked confusing. Sometimes that happens. We would have understood, but then when you see similar things in different ways, you know, you feel you have not understood, but actually you have. See, you did all this by yourself. So you know it.
Yes,
Any other question?
No, ma'am.
Very nice. I'll let you do. So just multiplying the powers I told you. When one base is raised to many powers, multiply the powers. Write the base as it is and multiply the powers. So see here also, we write the base as it is and we multiply the powers. And anything raised to the power 0 is 1. Anything, any base, anything raised to the power 0 is 1. X to the power 0 is 1. Or a by b to the power 0 is 1. 0 to the power 0 is 0 to the power 0 is 0, not 1. Yes.
Well, almost like exponents and plus, then it should be like 5 to 0. So it's 0.
Which one?
On the 10th one, ma'am, like you said, like exponent and square are equal like that. You said no, ma'am. So I calculated that 5, let's take an example, 5 to the power 0. It's 5 to 0 because the multiplication. And then that is 0 only. How one?
This, Zero to the power 1 is also 0 only. X power 1. X power 1 is x. If 1 is the power, you don't have to write the power. It's understood it's 1. Yes, anything raised to the power 0 is 1. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain now. I'll just give you a numerical example why it is like that. Now listen, what is 5 squared? Let's come from 5 cubed. Let's come from 5 cubed, okay? Now we'll not spend too much time on this. So what is 5 cubed? 125. Okay. Now what is 5 squared?
25.
25. So what's happening? 125 divided by 5. Like 3, the power is 3 here. Now this is 2. So what's happening in the next step? The answer is 125 divided by 5, which is 25, right? Now, what is 5 to the power 1? Divide 25 by 5. Divide 25 by 5. So 5. So now next is 5 to the power 0. So divide this by 5, and that's how you get 1. Okay, that's it. We'll not dive. So then 5 to the power minus 1, right? Divide the earlier number by 5. So 1 by 5. And look at the rule. I'll just come again. I'll just do this again. Till I finish, you should not ask questions. If you simply keep putting questions, let me finish. Let me finish. What's 5 to the power 4? 625. What's 5 to the power 4 means 5. Sorry. I have to text in a second. Yeah. What is 5 raised? What is the value of 5 raised to the power 4?
625.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yeah. So 5 raised to the power 4 is 5 into 5 into 5 into 5, 625. Now, the previous natural number, 5 raised to the power 3, 625 by 5, 125, which is 5 into 5 into 5. 5 into 5, 25, 25 into 5, 125. Then 4, 3, 2. So 125 by 5, 25. Then 5 to the power 1, 5. 5 to the power 0. Anything to the power. So the rule is anything to the power 0 is 1, right? And what's the value here? 5. 5 by 5, 1. Then 5 to the power minus 1 is 1 by 5. Divide the earlier value by 5. You understand what I'm doing, right? All of you? Yeah. So it goes on like that. 5 to the power minus 2 is 1 by 25. Should divide this one by 5. Should divide 1 by 5 by 5. Should divide this one by 5. So it'll become into 1 by 5. So 1 by 25. It goes on like that. One by 5? 1 by 5 to the power 1. It's 1 by 5 only. Anything to the power 1 is the base itself. You don't have to write the power. So 3 to the power 4 is 81. 3 to the power 3 is 81 by 3. 27. 3 to the power 2 is 27 by 3. 9. 3 to the power 1 is 9 by 3. 3. 3 to the power 0 is 3 by 3. 1. You should divide the earlier value by 3. So that's how we have anything to the power 0 is 1. And 0 to the power 0, there is nothing you're taking. Then how can you get 1? 0 raised to the power 0 is 0. 0 raised to the power 0. Nothing raised to the power nothing is nothing. 0. All right. This, which one? Once again. I didn't get you. Yeah. Yeah. This question is for you, Avinish. Okay, let me start with what is the value of this? I want the answer without the power. I don't want you to write an equivalent of this. What's now, if I ask you the value of 5 raised to the power 2, you will say 25, right? Okay, what's the value of 5 to the power 2? 25. So what is the value of -1 raised to the power 5? No problem. Sahasra, what's the value of -1 raised to the power 5? Okay, what do we understand by this? It's the base -1 is multiplied with itself 5 times. That's the meaning. The power says how many times the base is multiplied with itself. The power, what's the power 5? The power says how many times the base is multiplied with itself. So the base should be multiplied with itself 5 times. So this is the meaning of -1 to the power 5. -1 into -1 into -1 into -1 into -1. And 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 1, 1. Minus into minus, plus. Minus into minus, plus. So plus into plus, plus into minus, minus. And we know, no, when you multiply odd number of negative signs, it's negative. When you multiply even number of negative signs, it's positive. When you have -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, when you have to multiply 6 negative signs, minus into minus, plus, minus into minus, plus, minus into minus, plus. So net result is plus. So when minus signs, you have odd number, you get a minus sign in the answer. Even number, it's a positive answer. -1 to the power 7. So it's -1 multiplied with itself 7 times. What is 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1? What is that? 1. And how many times you have the minus sign? 7 times. Could be negative, -1. What is what is 1? Because 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1. No minus sign, no. Then how minus? It's 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1. 1. That's -1 to the power 100.
Because it's here.
Correct. 1 raised to any power is 1. Remember like that. 1 raised to any power is 1. If it's positive, it will be a positive. If the base is positive, it will be positive always. When the base is negative, 1 raised to even number, 1 raised to odd number. See, the base is 1. So the answer will be 1. Whether the power is even or odd. Akshita, right? Okay. You become restless now. Huh? You're getting restless? Okay. 1, when the base, see the base is 1. It's raised to an even number, raised to an odd number. The answer is 1 only, whether the power is even or odd, because the base is 1. It's 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 many times. So it will be 1 only. When the base is negative, you should take care. When the base is a -1, then if it is raised to an even number, you will get the negative sign even number of times. So it will be a +1. Odd number, you'll have an odd number of minus signs. So it's -1. It's 1 only. The product will be 1 only because it is 1 into 1 into 1 or -1 into -1 into -1. Whatever it is, the answer is 1. So only here it is a -1. Otherwise, it's always positive. . Now answer correctly, all of you. 1 comes to 1 raised to an odd number. What's the answer? 1. 1 raised to an even number?
1.
Okay, now this is for Sahasra. Minus 1 raised to an odd number?
1.
Okay, how many negative signs will you have in the product? Odd number of minus signs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you have 3 negative signs, minus into minus plus, plus into minus is minus, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you have odd number of negative signs, the product will be negative.
Okay.
Minus 1 to the power 3 is minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 1, 1. But minus into minus plus, plus into minus, minus.
Okay, ma'am.
So minus 1 raised to an odd number, minus 1. Minus 1 raised to an even number.
1.
1. Because how many minus sign, negative signs you will have? Even number.
Even.
So 2 minus into minus is plus. Yes. So the net result will be positive. So that's what we have here. Okay, then the most important thing is how to write the reciprocal of a number. How to write the reciprocal of a number. So how do you write the equivalent of a number? No. The 2 rules I told you. How do you write the equivalent of an expression which is in the exponential form? Yeah, reciprocal of the base, negative of the power. No, negative of the power. Should use a technical term. Opposite is English. No, you can. Like we say addition and subtraction are opposite operations. Yeah, here you should say negative. You should use the most appropriate term. Yeah. Now, what was I telling you? Yeah, how do you write the equivalent of an expression in the exponential form? We apply the 2 rules, right? You need to take the reciprocal of the base and the negative of the power. Forgot that rule? Reciprocal of the base, negative of the power. Now, these two are equal. Now, if you want to write the reciprocal of 3 to the power of 3 to the power 7 is, you can write it in 2 ways. Use only one of the rules. Don't use both. Use only one of the rules. Now, supposing you take the reciprocal of the base, write the power as it is. Or write the base as it is and take the negative of the power. When you apply only one of the 2 rules, you are writing the reciprocal of the given expression. If you apply both the rules at the same time, you are writing the equivalent of the given expression. What are the 2 rules? Take the reciprocal of the base and the negative of the power. If you apply both to the given expression, which is in the exponential form, if you apply both the rules, then you're writing the equivalent. If you apply only one of the 2, then you're writing the reciprocal. Okay. Now, Sriharini, tell me. What is the reciprocal of the reciprocal of minus 4 by 7 to the power minus 11 by 13? Yeah. Now, which rule are you applying? Okay. What is the reciprocal of minus 4 by 7? What about the minus sign? Minus 7 by 4. Reciprocal minus 4. Minus 7 by 4. Okay. Then rules and the rules and you know it. You are not applying the rules. What are the two rules? Three answers cholo problem. Settle down with one answer. Eleven by 13. No. Sahasra,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, complete this.
Okay.
The reciprocal of this one is what?
Minus 7 by 4
To the power?
to the power 1.
ரூல் சொல்லிட்டேன். ரூல்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ண தெரியல உங்களுக்கு. Touch your head. Pinch your left ear by your right hand. See, left ear by your right hand. அந்த கை எடுத்துரு. அது அவ்வளவுதான். அது மாதிரி சொன்ன இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் ஃபாலோ பண்ண தெரியல. நான் என்ன சொன்னேன்? ரெசிப்ரோக்கலுக்கு என்ன சொன்னேன்னா ஏதாவது ஒரு ரூல் அப்ளை பண்ணணும்னு. Now we have taken the reciprocal of the base, right? Then write the power as it is. See, what are the two rules? Reciprocal of the base, negative of the power. If you apply both, you're writing the equivalent. If you apply any one of the two, you're writing the reciprocal. Now somebody started like this, minus 4 by 7. Reciprocal is minus 7 by 4. So you have taken the reciprocal of the base, right? That's all. Write the power as you see there. Okay, then, sorry. We are writing the reciprocal. We are not writing the equivalent. We are not writing the equivalent. We are writing the. You both were right. No. I didn't hear it correctly. Any of you here? See, how can I make it more simple? Apply one of the rules. See, there are two things. Don't do that. There are two things, writing the equivalent and writing the reciprocal of a given expression. They are two different things. Writing the equivalent of an expression and writing the reciprocal of the given expression, both in the exponential form. They are two different things. Equivalent, you should apply both the rules. Reciprocal, apply any one of the two rules. Don't apply both. Do only one change. If you do both the changes, you're writing the equivalent. If you do only one of the two changes, you're writing the reciprocal. Equivalent, there's only one way of writing, but for reciprocal, you can write it in two ways. Yeah, now tell me, what's the reciprocal of this expression? Or
4 minus 4 by 7 to the whole power minus 7 to the 7. That is minus 7. 7 by 9. 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 7 by 9.
Who said 11 by 13 now? 11 by 13. What's the negative of the power? Just write the opposite sign. Why are you taking the reciprocal of the power? Because the power, no, you got confused. Like some of you said 13 by 11 also. Because the power is a fraction, you're taking the reciprocal of the power. Negative of the power. Plus, minus, minus, plus. That's all. Confuse. Eppadi confusing na? Yeah, the question is yes. So you should like apply the rule carefully. Because I've given fractions in both the places and negative sign in both the places, it looks like that for you. If you have to write the reciprocal, use only one rule. Any rule. Yes, you should apply both for equivalent. Now tell me the reciprocal of minus 6 by 13, the whole power minus 1 by 2. And the reciprocal of minus 6 by 13 to the power minus 1 by 2.
Minus 13 by 6 to the power minus 1
I'll
by
ask all of you. I'll ask all of you. Yes, Asra, come again.
minus 13 by 6 to the power minus 1 by 2.
Very good. The other one?
Minus 6 by 13 to the power 1 by 2.
Very good. All of you agree with this?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me. You tell me the answer. Avanish. So you have applied only the reciprocal here. Reciprocal of the base. And you're writing the power as it is. Minus 1 by 2. Then so here what have we done? Reciprocal of the base. Minus 6 by 13 is minus 13 by 6. You have taken the reciprocal of the base, right? You have made one change. That's all. Write the power as it is. Or write the base as it is. Take the not reciprocal of the power, negative of the power. Power is always, for power it's always negative of the power. For base it is reciprocal of the base. Other மாத்தி யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது. Base வந்து எப்பவுமே reciprocal of the base. Power is negative of the power. நீங்க base வந்து negative பண்ணிட்டு power reciprocal இருக்கு. That is wrong. That's not the rule at all. What is for the base? Reciprocal of the base. And power, negative of the power. Reciprocal. Yeah, Navneet, reciprocal. Okay. Correct? So I'll share the introduction part of exponents. You can complete it later. That's what you have here, the reciprocal of, you can go through at home. Okay, then we have one more important thing to discuss, but we'll do this in the next class. How to write a number in the standard form or scientific notation. We'll see that in the I think was it Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be doing only square roots, cubes, and cube roots. So next Monday, we'll continue with this. Yeah. Now it's your time to work. Leave about, if it's a long book, leave 2 sides for introduction. If it's a long book, no, see, you have to write all this. See here. Leave pages sufficient to write all this. See this one, 2, this one, and this one. That's all.
And 4 pages.
Yeah, if you have to go write in a new book, then you don't have to leave pages in this book. You can just start writing. Yeah, yeah. Check Harini. Yeah. Yeah, all of you take down the questions, answer them. What do you understand by multiplicative inverse? Reciprocal. Multiplicative inverse.
Can I just say
Reciprocal. The other term for reciprocal is multiplicative inverse.
reciprocal?
Write the heading as you see here.
2 methods or 1 method?
You can't do 2 methods. You please answer it. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Sahasra, please take down this question. Write the heading completely. Don't write all the questions, children. Take the first one, answer it.
Okay.
Second one, answer it. Yeah. And whenever you, please, sorry to disturb you, one more thing. Whenever you're writing the reciprocal, you should not write, see, if I ask you to write the reciprocal of 5 by 6, you must not write 5 by 6 is equal to 6 by 5. 5 by, the reciprocal of 5 by 6 is a 6 by 5. You should not write 5 by 6 is equal to 6 by 5. Oh, so 5 by 6 and 6 by 5 both are the same. So you must write it as a sentence. So whenever you're writing the reciprocal, write it as a sentence. See, it's in English also. How do you write? What's the, let me ask you, what's the opposite of, what's the opposite of honest? Dishonest. So will you write honest is equal to dishonest? Then how do you write? Honest and for opposite we use this and then dishonest. Then when you use the equal to sign in English, when you're writing a synonym, when you're writing the meaning, same thing here. Well, if it is possible for you to write 2, you write 2. If it's possible, right. No questions now. You answer it. Okay, yeah, the multiplicative inverse of, that's okay, that's okay. The multiplicative inverse of minus 23 by 25, the whole power 3 is Yeah, completed.
The bracket is it only?
You didn't?
Use the bracket.
No, fractional bracket use பண்ணிதான்.
Not that bracket, ma'am. 1 minus 1. Then exponent for
For the exponent, you don't have to put the bracket. Yeah. Yeah. Have you finished? Completed? Not Shrija, what's in name? Sahasra. Completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. I'll take the answers from all of you. Yeah. What's the answer for the first one? Anirudh?
minus 25 by 23
25 by 23.
to the whole power of minus 3.
Okay. One second. Sorry. The whole power minus 3. Okay. You? Avanish? First one, fast. Whole power 3. Navneet? No, same question answer. Same thing. No, Navneet, look, one second. Excuse me. No, even I have it. One second. Listen to this instruction. All of you answer. Give your answer with the first one. Yes, Avanish. Oh, you want to correct your answer? 25 by 23, the whole power 3. Navneet, what's your answer? Quick. Minus 25 by 23? Then, okay, Shri, Sahasra. Quick.
Minus 25 by 23 to the power 3.
Yes, Ankit, not Ankit, Akshita. And Harini. Minus 3. So you have taken the reciprocal of the base and the negative of the power. Then how is the reciprocal? நீங்க equivalent எழுதிருக்கீங்க. இதான் உண்மைதான் மாத்தணும். அதுவும் இங்க வந்து பாசிட்டிவ் ரெசிப்ரோக்கல் வித் பாசிட்டிவ் எக்ஸ்பெனன்ட்ன்றாங்க. அப்ப நீங்க எக்ஸ்பெனன்ட் மட்டும் தான் நீங்க மாத்தணும். See, நீங்க ஈக்குவலன்ட் எழுதிருக்கீங்கன்னா ரெண்டுத்தையும் மாத்திட்டீங்க நீங்க. ரெசிப்ரோக்கல் ஆஃப் த பேஸும் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, நெகட்டிவ் ஆஃப் த பவரும் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. இன்னும் லுக் அட் மீ. ரெண்டும் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. அப்படின்னா நீங்க ஈக்குவலன்ட் சொல்றீங்க. The question is write the reciprocal. Reciprocal means only one of the two you should change. அப்ப இங்க எதை மாத்தி ஆனோம்? பவர் பவர் தான் சாரி பாசிட்டிவ் எக்ஸ்பெனன்ட். அப்ப பேஸ் தான் மாத்தணும். நீங்க பவரை மாத்தக்கூடாது. ஏன்னா they want the power to be positive only. So நீங்க பவர் டச் பண்ணக்கூடாது because it's already positive. So you should write the reciprocal of the base. So Anirudh, you have taken the reciprocal of the base. No, you have taken the reciprocal of the base and the negative of the power. So you have written the equivalent. That's also wrong. You're not satisfying the conditions of the question. That is a way of writing the reciprocal, but you should cater to these conditions. Positive or exponent. Exponent என்னங்க 3 தானே. Is it positive? Question தான் கேக்குறேன். In the question, the power is positive already. Then you should not disturb the power. Just take the reciprocal of the base. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure. Yeah, next one. Yeah. Okay, for the next one, is the power negative or positive? Negative. But what's the condition in the question? It should be positive. So you should make the negative power positive, right? And the change பண்ணியாச்சு. Yeah, and the change பண்ணியாச்சு. Both the lights. Jesus. Yeah. So the power is negative. You should make it positive. So -7 becomes +7. So you've used one rule. You made one change. That's it. Write the base as it is.
8/30.
I'll present the answer. I'll show you all the answers for this first one. Yeah, Harini, next one. Is the power negative or positive for the third one? So you should change that, no? So it becomes correct. Next one, fourth one. Is the power negative or positive? Should we change it? No, they want a positive exponent. Then which one should you change? Yeah, -9. That's all. Very good, very good. Correct your answers. Check your answers. All of you check your answers. Put a tick if you're right. No. I just don't talk. Should I explain myself again? You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Checked all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So is it possible to answer this question in two different ways? No. Yeah. You cannot answer this in two different ways. For this, there's only one answer. You cannot answer it in two different ways. If no condition is given, you can write it in two different ways. But there's a condition here, positive exponent. There's only one way of writing this. Yeah, here's the next one. Yeah. Hmm. Yes. Write the reciprocals of the following with the negative exponents. The exponent should be exponent meaning the power. The power should be negative. Yes. ரெசிப்ரோக்கலும் பண்ணும் பவர் ஆனா நெகட்டிவா தான் இருக்கும் ரெசிப்ரோக்கல் அந்த ஆன்சர் ரெசிப்ரோக்கல்ல வந்து பவர் நெகட்டிவா தான் இருக்கணும் ரெசிப்ரோக்கல் எடுக்கணும் ஆமா ஆமா வெரி குட் கம் ஹியர் ஷோ மீ
I didn't write the list. I wrote the list, but I should write the statement. I'll write it.
And you take the receipt.
Okay, I'll correct.
இதோட ஆன்சர் ஓ இது வரும் ஆன்சர் ஆயிங்களா இதுவும் தப்பு செகண்ட் போராடும் And in spite of telling the question and write the answer of the statement, that this is very important. I'm giving time to people.
I'll write it.
Children, please copy the heading, write the heading, write the question. Tappu. Second one, tappu. Isn't tappu. Very good. Second and fourth, wrong. நீங்க check பண்ணிக்கங்க then come fast. Avnish, sorry, Anirudh. முடிச்சிட்டியா? If you're finished, come and show me. Come. Yeah. Yeah. This is wrong. Second one is wrong. This is correct. This is correct. Here, minus and minus will get cancelled. Yeah, always you're right. Minus. Cancel us. Yeah.
So can I erase it?
Minus will cancel, so it'll be like just 7 by 50.
Okay.
And Navneet from minus cancel பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I was thinking.
ஒன்னும் மாத்தவே இல்லையா அப்படியே எழுதிருக்கேன். Same thing you've written.
Ma'am, because I've already minus 10 by 3 raised to the power minus 4. Ma'am, this also same mistake you did.
What is this? It's already negative now. You're writing, you've written it as it is.
Yeah, mine. Sorry.
It's already negative. So already here you've taken the reciprocal. Then why you didn't do it here?
Ma'am, like in a hurry, ma'am.
What is the hurry? I'm giving so much time. Enna hurry?
Three
Ellam correct.
Three correct?
Three correct, but that's as well as not understanding clearly. Ellam correct ah pananum.
Ma'am, fourth.
Ellam correct ah pananum. Sit down.
Minus.
No, now you can check the answers here. Only once I can see your book. I saw it.
Change. Ma'am, he changed.
It's okay.
Ma'am, check please. Doubt.
Yeah, I'll check it.
Ma'am, check please.
No, I saw your book. Sit down.
I'm third one correct. I'm second one, fourth one.
Minus in the question. Minus area.
And so second one and fourth one minus.
Second is correct. No, I checked your book already.
No.
Oh, you completed. I'm sorry. But that's what you didn't write the question on.
Ma'am, see.
That's the heading.
Ma'am, you asked the minus.
Yeah, that's correct.
Ma'am, this one, ma'am, you asked the minus, ma'am. This here minus. Ma'am, here minus.
Children, see, what is the condition? Two things. You must write the reciprocal, but the power should be negative. Yeah. Listen, Akshita. So you need to write the reciprocal, but the power should be negative. So what should you do? What should you do? If the power is positive, make it negative. Then write the base as it is. Because we have to do only one change for reciprocal. If the power is positive, what should you do with the power? You make it negative. Then write the base as it is. If the power is already negative, don't disturb the power. Take the reciprocal of the base. இதை வந்து clear-ஆ apply பண்ணும். There is your smartness. You know the rule, but you're making blunders and applying it. The power is, if now what's the condition? Negative exponent, right? Listen, I'm repeating negative exponent. So if it's already negative, then don't change that. But you should do one change, no, for reciprocal. So change the base, write the reciprocal of the base. But if the power is positive, you should make it negative. So make it negative, then write the base as it is. Because for reciprocal, you should do only one change. No, am I clear? For the previous heading, what was it? The exponent should be positive. So there, if the exponent is already positive, don't disturb that. Take the reciprocal of the base. But if the exponent was negative, it should be positive. No, in this heading, it should be positive. If the exponent was negative, write the negative of that. So it becomes positive. So you've changed that. Then write the base as it is. Correct? Huh? Okay. I've checked your answers. So here you can cancel the minus sign. No, I'm not explaining. இப்ப இதுல எந்த doubt இருந்தாலும் நான் explain பண்ணலாம். அவ்வளவுதான். I've expressed myself to my best. So here you can cancel these two minus signs. So it's only 7/15. You should cancel. You must simplify. Check பண்ணுங்க. I'll wait. Sahasra, please check your answers. Don't look into each other's work. No, you check your work. Yeah. Okay. Minus and minus, minus and minus you can cancel. All right. So be responsible. Please check your answer with the answers you see, the correct answers, and all correct. Sahasra?
Yes, ma'am. Check, ma'am.
Checked all. Okay, very good. Shall we move on to the next one? So I'm going to present the answer, but you're not going to copy. So you're going to practice. Okay, because you know the rules. I have nothing to explain. So I'll present the question along with the answer. Don't blindly copy. Please understand and then write down. If I ask you to see, she's asking me a good question. You should listen to that. Okay. So see her, look at her question. She's like, we got the answer 5 by 9 to the power minus 2. Okay, so we are here. We got the answer. We used the rule and we got the answer 5 by 9 to the power minus 2. Then why this step and then this step is her question. You should not. Yes, go. No. Why from this step to this step? Why should we write? That's why that step she's asking. Yes, Avanish. That's why she's asking. She's saying we can why should we write this next step like this? No, that's not the answer. That's not the answer. Yeah, that's right, but that's not the explanation for the situation. Why should we remove the negative sign? Okay, yeah. Okay, that's because to simplify, if somebody gives you this instruction, run around, the playground, okay, minus 5 times. Yeah, meaning the instruction is, it's stupid, right? How will you run? You cannot run backwards. We are not on a number line to go behind. So you run minus 5 times does not make sense. Okay, so what do we understand? In exponents, see this expression, what does the power mean? The power says how many times the base has to be multiplied with itself. What does the power indicate? The power indicates how many times the base has to be multiplied with itself. And if the power is negative, minus 2 times. See, you look at the power minus 2 and say minus 2 times. Doesn't make sense, right? So you want it to be positive. So you make it positive and now say 2 times. It makes sense. So to further proceed and find the value of this one. No, very good. No. One rule is applied to write the reciprocal. But when you're solving, you should always write the equal of this one. No, but you should not write the reciprocal. When you're solving, see, this one is equal to this one. This one is equal to this one. This one is equal to this one. When you're solving, you should write the equivalent. You should not write the reciprocal. Reciprocal you write only if you're asked to write the reciprocal. Write the reciprocal, then you should write the reciprocal. When you're simplifying, see, why are we using the equal to sign? This is nothing but this. This is nothing but this. Yeah. So now the power is very small, right? So it is possible to find the value of this expression. But to find the value of this expression, the power has to be positive because the power says how many times, number of times. So minus 2 times, no, then you cannot simplify. So you want the power to be positive. So you write the equivalent of this one in the next step with a positive exponent. You should write the equivalent of this one in the next step with a positive exponent. So now you should not write the reciprocal. Reciprocal you write only if you're asked to write the reciprocal. Otherwise, you should keep writing the equivalent. No, don't look outside. You should keep writing the equivalent. Ask your mom to come in and sit, no? Look. Yeah, she's coming. So, okay. So now you should write the equivalent. How do you write the equivalent? Minus 2 becomes plus 2. And 5 by 9 becomes 9 by 5. Reciprocal of the base and negative of the power. Now it is, you should write, see, we have written the equivalent. We have written the equivalent. So now 9 by 5 to the power 2. What does that mean? 9 by 5 into 9 by 5. 9 by 5 to the power 2 meaning 9 by 5 the whole power 2 meaning 9 by 5 into 9 by 5 which is 81 by 25. Got it? Yeah. So why now from this step to this step we should always every time when you simplify you should write only equivalence in the next step. Should never write the reciprocal. Reciprocal you write only if you are asked to write the reciprocal. Otherwise we always write equivalent. And why should we write the equivalent of this here? Because the power is negative. And if even if the power was, you should always leave the answer with a positive power. That also is a rule. You should always leave, supposing the power was very large. Okay, see the power was say like some 250. Even if the power is large, you must write the answer. You must leave the answer with a positive power. So you must write it like this. But you need not write this. You cannot find the value. It's very large. If the power was already positive, if supposing this was already 2, then the answer is straight away 25 by 80. You should.
If it is small.
Yeah, the power is, if computation is not time consuming, if it's not very elaborate, if it won't take a long time, then you should find the value. Is that fine? Okay, next one.
And like for specific sums, like they will say, leave it in the exponential form, like.
Yeah, then you should leave it in the exponential. You can change the numbers if you want. Say under the same heading, we have 6 subdivisions.
Finish, ma'am.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, darling. Yeah. Minus. Minus 55 by 6, minus 55 by 6, minus 50 by 6, minus 55 by 6. So that's going to take some time. 55 multiplied with itself 4 times. So you can leave it there. You don't have to do calculations like where the answer is going to be like something more than 1 lakh. You don't have to do all that. See, if you think you're very fast in computing, you can also find the value. See, when it's time consuming, you cannot really say like how to make out. If the calculation is going to be time consuming, you can just leave. When the power is large, the calculation is going to take some time. You can just leave it in the experimental form. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Yes. So all this, what you can do, you can just leave it like this. If you have time, you have completed the paper, you have time, you can just come back and you can finish it. Mostly heading will be very clear. Leave the answer in the exponential form. You can make out yourself, so you don't have to really worry so much about it. So yeah, children, any questions here? You understood the rule? Okay, okay. $55 into $55 into $55 into 55 is how much? Very good. 36 into 36. 1296. Correct, correct. Okay. Good, good, good. Children, there's the next one. If you look into your book, take down the question like this. Yeah.
Finish, ma'am.
Yeah, very good.
Please, ma'am.
Completed? Able to get it yourself, right? Should I explain? Yeah. So you should observe the question and select the correct rule which can be used to solve this situation. So you see the bases are same. 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Bases are same. And it's division. So subtract the powers. You should write that rule and apply that rule to find the answer, to solve the expression. Yeah, this is the next one. We'll wind up today's session with this one. I'll do one thing. Instead of making the class tomorrow, I'll make it on Thursday because you. In a subject.
Ma'am, for me, Monday, ma'am.
Oh.
Okay, Friday, yes. Ma'am, I Monday, we have not all the schedule.
No, the timetable is out on Edward. Wait, I told you not to check. It's already there. With the portions, it's come out. What, yesterday I asked you to check. See, she's telling the portions and you're saying I got the message that the timetable is already posted. Okay. Types of? I've completed that here. Meaning I finished the chapter itself. I'll share the recordings with you. Okay. Finish this one, children. Completed this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What are the, so the bases are different, right? The bases are different, but the power is the same. So what's the rule? And it's division. So divide the bases and raise it to the same power. Cancel. See your children. 13 and 13 gets cancelled. 2 ones are, 2 threes are. Okay, then it is what's the answer? 3 to the power minus 8. I told you, we normally don't leave the answer with a negative power. So we change, we make the power positive. So the reciprocal of 3 is 1 by 3 and the negative of minus 8 is plus 8. See, if you want to find 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 8 times, find out. I'm not saying you should not find. You can find. I'm only trying to say if the calculation will take a long time, you can just leave it like this. I'll tell you in the next class. All right. Any questions so far? Completed all of you? Okay, yeah. Sahasrana done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Sahasrana, you can leave the call. Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night.